Here with reaction from the White House, where we have yet to see Joe Biden today. Our very own Peter Doocy is with us. Peter.
Yeah, President Biden is not at the White House. He is remaining at the beach house in Rehoboth, Delaware. They just sent us a schedule for tomorrow. No public events on the schedule. And then for Tuesday through Sunday, it just says that announcements about his schedule will be forthcoming. So we have no idea when it is that he will stop testing positive for COVID and be able to travel to talk to us about what exactly changed since Friday, when he said he was going to be on the campaign trail advocating for himself. And in the 3 weeks since the debate, President Biden argued that it was an isolated incident, one bad night, and that if he could just get out onto the campaign trail, he could reassure Democrats that he's got the energy and that he's got the wit to go up against Donald Trump for the next couple months until Election Day. But it just was not working. Nothing was working. And there's an item in Politico that just crossed. It sounds like two of his closest advisors, who have been there since the Senate days, went for a socially distanced meeting at the beach house last night because the president is still testing positive for COVID. And they explained to him that, according to this story, that he had no pathway to victory. That was one of the things that he said would encourage him to drop out. It was no pathway to victory, a medical problem, or if he heard from the Almighty. So it doesn't seem like he's heard from the Almighty. The First Lady's office is telling us that she supports him with all of this, but that it was his decision to make. And now the Biden operation is transferring everything over to Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, and now we wait to try to figure out what exactly the rest of the ticket is going to look like. This is a position that Harris has not been in, obviously. She won 0 states in the 2020 Democratic primaries, and so this is going to be the first time for her to have to, it's all on her, starting today. And $27.5 million worth of small donations have gone into Act Blue. So at least Democrats at the moment are excited about the pick, but that is no guarantee of general election success. Sean.
Where's Obama tonight? Where's Schumer tonight? Where's Pelosi tonight? Where's Hakeem Jeffries tonight?
Well, as of last night, there was an item, the Biden team was leaking to the New York Times that the president, Biden, was fuming about Obama and Pelosi at the beach house because they were not, he thought that they were pulling the strings behind the scenes, which there are indications that they, at a minimum, did not stop this Democratic mutiny. But President Biden was just getting more and more isolated. He was mad at pretty much everybody except a very, very small group of longtime advisors and family members. And it really sounded like he was digging in because they couldn't take it away from him. He has the delegates. He didn't have to do this. And he was saying, if somebody wants to challenge him at the convention, then they should do it. But he's not even going to make it to the convention. It'll be a totally different ticket. Harris and somebody. And we should know soon.
Well, unless they don't want Harris, which I suspect by their lack of endorsement of her may be a possibility. Peter at the White House tonight. Thank you, sir. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.